Hi guys, this is Annie. I hope you all are doing great tonight. And tonight I'm coming at you with my St. Patrick's Day manicure. And as you can see, we'll be doing the Irish Plaid as well as the clover. So this particular manicure is a combination of using a brush, which is the striping brush, and stamping. So stick around and let's begin. And these are the items I will be needing for this manicure, so let me go through them briefly with you, and they will also be listed in the description box with further details. So starting from my right, I have my lint brush here, some acetone, some cotton on my cotton claw, a striping brush, a cleanup brush, my fast drying top coat, my base colors, and my stamping colors. I have my stamping plate, my stamper, and my scraper, and that's what we'll be needing, so let's begin. Alright my loves, so as you could see I have already gone ahead and got started and did a couple nails and already prepped the others. Just to let you know, I have done two colors, white and green. As you could see, the base colors that I used for the white was just my plain old white by Pop-arazzi. It's called Icing on the Cake. And the green that I'm actually using for this St. Patrick's Day manicure is by Sally Hansen Insta-Dri, and the green is actually Irush Luck, and it's $4.45. The first part of the manicure we're going to do is we're going to paint that Irish Plaid on the green. So for that I'm just going to use my Born Pretty stamping polishes. If you have the colors of green and yellow and black and white, you can go ahead and grab regular polishes. I was just playing around before and this is what I have at hand, so I'm going to continue using this. So I do have the white, the yellow, as well as my black, and I'm going to use my little tiny striping brush to do these lines tonight. I have stamping plates with the lines on them, but they were a little bit too much for this particular manicure, so I decided to take a chance and go ahead and try to stripe it on with the striping brush here, and it came out pretty good. I did an okay job, knowing that I'm not too much of an artist, but I kept the lines nice and clean. So I'm just going to open up these bottles and have them handy. I suggest you do the same, and we're going to do, like I said, the Irish Plaid for this particular pattern. And I keep saying the Irish Plaid because there's actually two different kinds of plaid that they use on St. Patrick's Day, and the other one is actually Scottish. So the Irish one I'm doing tonight, I actually have the correct colors for it, which is green base, and we are going to do yellow, black, and white striping. So here we go. I'll start with the white first, and for that we're going to need two lines going each direction. So let me take it right off of the bottle. If you can see me do this, I'm actually just taking it right off of the bottle here, and I'm just going to drop it a little bit off to the side of the nail. So I'll do it right here, and we're doing two stripes up. Keep it nice and clean if you can, nice and straight. It's a little bit hard. Like I always tell you guys, I'm not an artist, so I'm not very good with drawing. But like I said, the patterns that I had tonight wasn't very well. On the stamping plate, I didn't like them because they were just too confusing and they were hiding the design. So I decided to go ahead and do the plate stripe with the brush, and then we can go ahead and stamp the white on the other two nails. Then I'm going to do two across. Try and keep them the same size, leaving the same amount of space in between, because that'll make it look nice and neat. And also, if you look at the Irish kilt, that's the way it's actually done. The plaid is actually done on the kilt, so I'm actually following the design right off of the plaid pattern off of the Irish kilt here. Alright, so we're done with the white. I think I'm going to drop another one right at the bottom. It's too much green, so we'll work this one from the way down. And this particular manicure takes a little more time if you're using the brush like I am doing. Let me clean off that brush here. Wash it down with some acetone as well to get all that white off. And then the next color I will do is the black. So for the black now, we're going in between. So how pretty much they do it is they put the white lines, and then you have two black lines going on the outer side of the white lines, and then you have two yellow ones right after the black. So that's what we're going to do. So we did the white. Let's move on to the black. And I'm just leaving a very, very tiny space in between that white and black. So it's just a sliver of green in there. Very, very tiny. You could almost not even see it. So there's the first black line. Grabbing some more on my brush here. Let me put this right here so maybe you could see. I'm just taking that right off the brush. Another one to the side here now. I'm going to go right over that because it's not very clean. Very good. And then off to the top and the bottom of these cross colors here. So we have that one. Do it to the bottom. And you can also leave it here if you look it up. If you actually search a little bit on the history of the Irish and the Scottish, they're all different kind of kilts, and they all come from different clans, and they represent different colors. They have different colors, I should say, not represent, but they all have different colors, and some of them is just black, white, and green, and some of them are with the yellow, and some of them are just like almost like a gray tone color. But when I actually did a little bit of research on it about St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that, I actually came up with the history and the correct colors for the Irish Plaid. And that's when I decided, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do this the correct way instead of, you know, going and just doing my own thing and there's no history behind it to understand, or, you know, maybe do it and not purposefully offend someone. So I decided to go ahead and check it out, and this is what it turned out, and it's actually very pretty, so I'm glad I did that. So now that we have the white and black, we go over now with the yellow, and we're going to put the yellow right on top of that black. One to the bottom now, right here. And then we're going to do it on the two sides as well. So it's coming along nicely. Here we go to the side, off to the sides now with the yellow. And again, leave a very tiny sliver of green in between that, so you could see that green coming through as well. And that's pretty much it for the Irish Plaid that they use on the Irish kilt, I should say. So now that we did the thumb, the middle finger, and the pinky on that, let's move on to stamping on the white. And for that one, I kept it pretty simple. For the ring fingernail there, I actually went ahead and did a little clover, as you could see, so we'll continue doing that off the stamping plate. And for the index finger, I did a couple lines, and I also did that design under there, so let's do that as well. So for the lines, I've used black and yellow and green and yellow, so let me do that really quickly since I have to stripe and brush out. I'll have a tiny black line, and I just wanted to throw some black in this one just to incorporate all the colors. And then we have a yellow. We have actually two yellow lines, so I'll put those two yellow lines in right away and leave the middle for the green line. So we have one here And I'm going to leave a little space right in there for that green line. And then we'll go ahead and come back to applying the green, which is the same color I used for the base color, which is the Insta-Dri green. So those are the two lines. Let me grab that green and we'll put that line right away and we'll move on to the next. Just shake it up a little bit. We'll also be stamping with the Insta-Dri green tonight. So here we go. I'm putting this green line right now, right in the middle of the yellow. So I have to let this dry for a couple seconds, but let's go ahead and start working on this. Let me grab my stamping plate and that green polish and my scraper and stuff like that, and we'll get ready for that. Alright guys, so the stamping plate I'm using tonight is from my Bottle Monster collection. It's plate number BMH05. I am going to use my transparent stamper so I could line the little clover up nice and neat. I'll continue stamping with the Insta-Dri green, which is the Irish lock, and then we'll go ahead and top coat using the fast drying top coat. So here we go. First one I'm going to do is this one. Let this dry just a little bit more so I don't get this pattern here all messed up. So let me pull this one out. And even though you can stamp with the Insta-Dri product, it works fine, but it's just a little bit lighter than when you applied it as a base color. That's the only complaint I have, that it came out very light. And this one came, you can't even see it, it's so light on the stamper. But I want to do it over because I see a piece of the clover is missing. So let me just do that one over really quick. I must have scraped a little bit too hard there and scraped some of the polish off. That's possible, that if you scrape too hard you actually go into the etching and take most of the colors off. So let me just scrape a little lighter. That's better, it looks like. Try this again. And I doubt you're gonna see it. Yes, that's much better. You're not gonna see it on the stamper, it's so light. But let me put it on the nail, line it up, and then once we stamp it I'll show it to you. Let me line it up really good because I tried to do it the last time and I messed up. It's kind of twisted on my other nail. It's not terrible, but alright, I think I have this one better. Yes, this one's lined up a little bit more. So there's the clover. And like I said, it's very, very light. And now let's go ahead and do the little band here. Clean that stamping plate out really quick. Clean my stamper. And for the band, I'm gonna just put it right on top of these lines, but I'm leaving the tip white. I don't know how well you could see it in there. It's very light, like I said, but there it is at the end. So at this point, the manicure is pretty much done, but I think, looking at it now, I think I want to go a little bit greener on the clover and all the other stuff. So I'm just gonna grab here with you. I haven't done it with this hand, but I'm looking at it now and I think I want to bring that out just a little bit. So I'm grabbing that green and I'm just gonna go in and try and color in some stuff here. Maybe make the lines around the clover pop a little bit by just adding a little more green on the end there. Let's see if it works. It's coming along, just, you know, the ends of it, just to let it pop just a little. Seems to be working okay. Give it just a little depth. If you can see that, you can see just a little better. It's not much, it's not a lot here. But let me continue doing that. I'll fast forward the video so you don't have to see me sit here and work with this little thing. And then I'll be right back. And there it is, guys. So that came out pretty good. So we could go ahead now and apply the top coat. Just cleaning off my brush really quickly. So tonight I'm using my favorite fast drying top coat, the Out the Door fast drying top coat, and I'm just going to repeat myself for people out there who have never seen my videos, just giving you a little bit of advice on how to apply top coat when you're done stamping, especially. Always load your brush up. Do not skimp on the nail polish. You do not want to drag the image, and by that I mean if you skimp on the polish, it is going to be pretty much a dry brush. So when you start painting your nails, the nail polish is going to get wet, and then the color is just going to run all over your nail and ruin that manicure. So you don't want to do that. So I always recommend you have a loaded brush, which is like a whole drop of top coat on there. Start from one end and try not to swipe over the same spot twice, because again that will also drag the image and cap your nails. Let me show you what I mean by that. So I'm having my brush here, it's nice and loaded. As you can see, I'm starting from one end, going over the image. It's nice and thick, and as you can see, I'm sliding it across. I'm gonna try not to go over the same spot twice. As you can see, that one already ran a little, so I'm just gonna cross over it this time to fix that. And then by capping your nails, I mean you go to the tips and you do this. That usually helps me out a lot by preventing my nails from wear and tear going from the tips going up. Okay, and we also did the middle finger with the detailing brush. So this one we can also go ahead and be a little safe on it, because remember, once you apply top coat, the nail polish at the bottom gets wet. Again, even though it feels like it's a little bit dry, it gets a little bit softer, and that's how they run. And then we have the clover here, and the other two nails was pretty much done. So here's the manicure. Take a closer look with some pictures, and I'll be right back. Alright, my loves, so here we have it. This is the finished manicure for St. Patrick's Day with the Irish Plaid as well as the little clover. So I do hope you enjoyed this video tonight, and as usual, if you have any questions, feel free to write to me. I'll answer them as best as I can and as fast as I can. And don't forget to subscribe for my upcoming videos as well. And thank you all so very much for popping by and watching my video. Have a good night, everyone. Bye now.